Would you rather buy something that's, more brand associated like this, or would you just buy, some random hat? It looks like this. What is up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we're going to be discussing how many units you should order on your first batch when you're getting started with your first Amazon FBA product. Now, there are a couple things that you guys need to consider when you are jumping onto your product. And the first thing is how many units you have to give away in order to rank for your product. So a lot of people, they'll just get, they'll be like, I just want to get 200 units or maybe 150 units just to test out the market. But guys, honestly, that's not enough to test out the market. Depending on depending on how competitive a product is, that won't be enough. 200 units maybe, but at the same time, if you, let's say you rank your product by giving away 100 units or so, and then you only have 100 units back in stock, and then you'll sell all of those really quickly, and then your ranking will slowly go down. Now, that is a decent way to test the market. However, it's not good for the long-time investment because you want to have enough inventory to where you can actually stay in stock and get that good sales history for your product when it starts ranking really well. So that's something that you guys should definitely consider. I recommend anywhere from 450 to 500 units starting out, and that's what I recommend for anybody that's on a budget or anything. So that's definitely something you guys should consider. Also, another thing too, a lot of suppliers, they in order to customize your product or do a logo design or do some type of sort of custom packaging or whatever, they have a minimum order quantity, and what that means is it's also abbreviated by MOQ. What that means is that you have to order a certain amount of units in order for them to be able to customize your product, and a lot of times it starts out at around 400 to maybe 500 units. Most of the time you have to order 500 units or above, and sometimes you might be able to negotiate with them and bring it down to maybe 400. I've tried to do that before. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. You just have to talk to them and be very professional about it, of course. But that's generally the amount of units that we want to have for our first order. And honestly, guys, I would not recommend, I know a lot of people probably do this, I've done this before, is order in enough units to where it meets their budget. However, since they can't order at least 400 or 500 units, what people will do, they'll be like, okay, I can't order this many units, or I can't, or I don't have a budget for this, I can't. Well, what I'm trying to say is, like, people, they don't have enough money in order to reach that minimum order quantity in order to put that custom logo design onto their product. So they literally just order like a batch in, let's say maybe 300 units or so without any logos or designs or anything. And then they just sell a generic product. Like, that's not going to work, guys. You have to have a brand. You don't have to have a brand registry, but you need to have, your own type of brand on your product. Have your own logo, have your own customized product. Because if you don't, people are not going to be able to differentiate other products from yourself. So that's a big part of making your company look professional, making it look different from everybody else's, especially the logo design, and it gives people that extra confidence when they're buying your product. When they look at your product, they're gonna be like, okay, this thing is generic, it doesn't have any logos in it, so it might not be official, or it's not professional. So all these other products over here have the logo design, so they must be established businesses and all this stuff. So you just gotta think about it like rationally. Like, what would you do if you went on Amazon and, let's say, I don't know, let's say you saw this hat right here, right? You see somebody on Amazon selling a hat, and you want this camo hat, and this one had a logo on it, right? This one has this Florida Gators logo on it. I forgot what company that is. It's the R. But would you rather buy something that's more brand associated like this, or would you just buy some random hat? It looks like this. Or maybe it's a different color, or maybe it's that same exact camo color with no branding or anything like that on here. It's just like, it gives that customer an extra confidence or a type of brand loyalty or trustworthiness when you're going to be able to put your own logo into your product. And that's the whole concept behind Amazon FBA. It's private labeling, literally putting your own labels and branding your own products. So that's why we need to meet those minimum order quantities. That's why we need to order enough units to where when we do our giveaway, we're not worrying about running out of units and then having to, you know, rush and do crazy orders and then wait, you know, a whole entire month or 3 weeks and then our rankings slowly go down. We don't want that. We want to order enough units up front to where, you know, within that first 2 weeks, we're going to make some income back, and then maybe we can use that income towards another batch, which we can order in for the following month. So you just got to think ahead, guys, when you're getting your first batch in. I know a lot of you guys, it may be out of your budget, but you know, if you can, just try and borrow money from people or maybe take out a small loan. It's not that difficult, but I honestly wouldn't jump onto a product again if I didn't have the budget to you know, put my own brand or logo on it at all, because it just looks crappy and generic and not professional to me. So yeah, guys, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Hopefully you got some value out of this on how many units you should order and why exactly we are doing private labeling and why you should have your own brand, etc. So yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.